Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. First carry here for Kene Nwangu.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
To throw is Milton.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. The Raiders at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
Now here's a throw out wide. Oh, this might be a double pass. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Rams are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Chase Claypool, the intended target.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
You look at this Raiders defense.
They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
And this is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
Stafford now to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Stafford looks to throw again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Out of the gun, Stafford. That's caught by Sims. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now a 2nd and 10. Milton. He'll get this to Nwangu.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Now a give running right, Nwangu.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Reek Woolen in on the stop. You talk about this Rams defense.
And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Throwing is Milton.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Throwing is Stafford.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Stafford. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Now Stafford.
Well, took a real chance with that one, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 26. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 26-yard line. Throwing again is Stafford.
Here's a diving catch right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Back to throw, Stafford. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Cam Sims,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Milton.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Here's Milton now to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okuregunam.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Handoff right side, Nwangu. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle is going to be made at the Rams' 28. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu to about the 26 here. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Here's Milton.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warner.
And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Now Milton.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
A long way way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Here's Stafford.
And that one on the money to Claypool downfield. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, L.A. Chase Claypool with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Milton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Handoff here to Nwangu.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Called out a very strong gain of 24.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now a give running left is Nwangu.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Off the play fake.
Milton swinging this out for Pollard.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Give left side here for Nwangu.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Kene Nwangu
with career touchdown number 145, tying him with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list.
And the Raiders get a bit closer.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He may go.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Carlson on for the PAT. And he's got it to make this a 21-17 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Here's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Now Stafford.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Sims. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
To the air again, Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown, Rams. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford.
And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
To throw is Milton.
He's going to float this one deep right side.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Down the left sideline. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Stafford now to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Uses the spin.
Down the right sideline.
Touchdown, L.A. A great effort there.
His third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Milton. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown.
Jalen Virgil, 70 yards. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to...
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4.
Now it's Stafford.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Open man here, Sims complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Milton.
Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Just trash. Game's not over. Why are you giving up?
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
49 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a 2nd and 2. On the give is Nwangu.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. He's one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing is Milton.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
From the gun on third down, Milton forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
On fourth down, Milton.
He'll get that complete to Alberto.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal.
On the run is Nwangu.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Kene Nwangu.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Raiders are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Oh, they'll try to run a reverse here.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46.
He's stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner. Now 2nd and 5.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford.
Open man completes it to Claypool. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Here's a diving catch right side.
I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Here comes a reverse.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Stafford here coming off his pick six.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Stafford.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Stafford.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson.
Sheds off the tackle. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Throwing is Stafford.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes.
And the Rams get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Inside the 20.
And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line.
78 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Rams look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And just shutting him off there. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other.
And now off to the races down the right side.
And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. 23 yards on the play.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
Completion here to Claypool. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Stafford.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Back to throw. Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Chase Claypool
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Rams are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there.
70 yards. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And now Stafford's going to move them around. Second and long. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Stafford.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And Watson has it right side.
And he is going to have a Rams first down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Stafford going to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams.
Chase Claypool.
With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Rams are able to stretch out their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Deshaun Wright. And the Rams are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Over the middle, complete. That's Sims. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
From the gun on third down, Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Christian Watson.
42 yards.
And the Rams take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand.
And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Escaping the pressure right. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, this is the ideal situation, the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Throwing here, Stafford.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. He's still on his feet.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
To throw is Milton.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Nashawn Wright. And the Rams are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. Final seconds of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take another shot here. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for LA, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week.
Meanwhile, for Las Vegas,
they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs.